Hello there, fellow Monster Madness ghouls and goblins. You're currently hearing the voice of a girl with no name, and it's here with very, very clear intentions to sound the alarm. Before you listen any further, beware that frightful spoilers and deliciously explicit language lie ahead. For once you find yourself in the midst of those telltale bumps in the night and the haunting howls of host laughter and cinematic judgment, there is no turning back. Choose wisely.
Please, God.
This is God.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features. My name is Erica Gwynn, and I'm here to welcome you to the show as per usual. Joining with me are two men who are super dreamy, if those dreams are actually nightmares. We have Daniel Gwynn.
Am I Mick Dreamy?
And Matt Stein.
I'd like to be a McDouble.
Ooh.
Like the McDonald's double cheeseburger.
Oh, I know what you're referring to.
Mostly because I'm on the husky side. I've been called a meat bus by someone in this podcast before.
Have I called you a meat bus?
Yes, you have called me a meat bus.
That's rude.
I probably
No,
I meant
no.
I meant it lovingly.
Yeah, there was no like backhanded connotation involved, and I have
said
loved
it with heart
ever
eyes.
since. And that was like years ago, but I'm just saying.
Well, it's so long ago, I don't even remember. But you are my favorite meat bus. As always, before we get into the episode, we have some info to give to you. You can find Monster Madness on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as all other social media platforms, even the obscure ones. We are also on Twitch. We've been really into that lately and love interacting with everybody. So if you love video games, you like us, come hang out on our Twitch. Links will be provided in the show notes. There are a few ways you can support our show. What?
It was Beef Bus.
Oh, Beef Bus. That sounds more like me.
Yeah.
There are a few ways you can support our show if you feel so inclined. For the cost of nothing except a few minutes of your time, you can head on over to Apple Podcasts and give this show a rating and review. That helps other people find the show and is greatly appreciated by us. You can also buy merch on tpublic.com or become a Patreon. We have multiple tiers that you can join for as little as $1 a month. So without further ado, now that all that bullshit's out of the way, and now that we know that Matt is a delicious beef bus, on this episode, we are discussing 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
This film was directed and written by Mr. Wes Craven himself. It stars Heather Langenkamp. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Johnny Depp, Robert Englund?
It is England. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. John Saxton. That's as far as I'm going. It was released on November 16th, 1984, and it has a runtime of about 90 minutes, if I do recall. I think it's like 91 minutes, actually, but I don't have it written down.
It is 91 minutes.
See, I have a good memory sometimes. Some taglines for the film.
Oh,
There's a bunch.
hit us.
Which
Is
is
there
a little
really?
bit
Okay.
odd. Oh, yeah, there's a lot. There's a shit ton.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails, no one survives. If Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them in their dreams. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. From suspense master Wes Craven, the director of The Hills Have Eyes and The Last House on the Left, comes a new film of fantasy terror. I forgot that he did those two, actually.
You know what? I just thought of a really good concept for a terrifying movie. It is 90 minutes of watching someone in their mid-20s try to file their taxes correctly.
See, that doesn't seem so horrifying to me because I've been doing my own taxes since I was 18 with TurboTax, and I've been doing it well.
Submit.
This is not an ad for TurboTax, but I will allow it if they pay me.
Be cool if they gave us somebody doing
Tax
taxes.
season is coming up, people. Couple months when this comes out.
The only tax endorsement I will take is from Tax Slayer. because their name is just cooler.
I'll accept it.
Like the old people we are, we go to H&R Block because we have investments.
That's smart, though. So this next one is simply just watch this. The next one is you won't be sleeping alone. There's something out there. Don't fall asleep. Welcome to your nightmare. Midnight, baseball bats, and boogeymen.
That one doesn't make sense.
No, doesn't make sense at all. Come to Freddy. What's in a dream anyway? Dream a little nightmare of me. I don't hate that one.
Mm-mm.
Meet the glove. It's something from a nightmare. The first word in terror from the director of Scream. So obviously this came out in a re-release.
Do they ever do taglines where they describe like the weapon of choice, where it's just like that's the tagline?
How do you write?
KKYZ.
Well, I think for Friday the 13th, one of the taglines was Kiki Mama, and
Yeah.
I just cut it out because it was one of my questions.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
historically a sound clip that people mistook and was tailor-made for that about something. Like, and I'm sure like the knife screeching was a sound that was tailor-made for Nightmare on Elm Street and the Freddy character, but it's not words. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I get you.
Like maybe if they took Freddy saying "boo bitch" and turned it backwards and then layered it over itself and then added a filter to it, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I mean, the 1-2 Freddy's Coming for You is about as close as you're going to get to that, to any type of...
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
good.
The last three are Sleep Kills, a scream that wakes you up, might be your own. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep or you'll meet the terrifying Freddy. There's a lot of those.
Terrifying Freddy.
Freddy. What's the budget, Matt?
Yeah, I think that seemed like a big thing to do back in the day. I did hear your question, I'm not ignoring you.
That's fine.
Was have like a dozen taglines for some reason.
Yeah.
The budget was 1.8 million.
Well, they
Boom.
probably had a lot of billboards.
Doggy. Yeah, I mean, 1.8 million, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a lot, and they made a shit ton of money back.
That's it? I thought I was going to guess like 5 million if we were guessing.
No, we're not guessing because he already said it.
I knew.
Mhm.
But what's interesting about this film is that New Line Cinema, it used to call itself the house that Freddy built because it was on the brink of bankruptcy before this movie came out, and this movie saved it. Actually, the movie that came out before this one, which kind of made the whole New Line Cinema a complete flop, we have already covered, Alone in the Dark. That like really tanked their production company, and then Wes Craven was shopping this script around for 3 years, and then ta-da, New Line picked it up, and it was the smartest decision they ever made. And I think he stuck
Although
with
they
them for
almost
the most
fucked
part.
everything again with Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
See, I don't have any recollection of that one. I remember stuff from A New Nightmare and like random bits from each one, but like collectively, I don't have like a memory of watching all of them.
We'll
I just
have to
know
go back
I
and
know
watch them all.
I know a lot of the kills.
Yeah, like 3, 4, and 5 kind of just run together for me.
Yeah.
Because it's the same group of kids, same concept. It's just all the kills, like specific. Like the cockroach kill, I remember a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't remember specifically which one it's from. I think it's 5 or 4 or 5.
Yes.
Either
I
way.
have no idea.
Like the "Welcome to Primetime" bitch, probably my favorite Freddy line ever. It's in 3, 4, or 5. I'm
It's
not
in
sure
one
which
of
one.
them. A New Nightmare is when it's basically like kind of like a movie within a movie. Like it's actually the characters and their real life actors. Like Robert Englund is, you know,
It's
himself.
like the country.
Yeah, but I just always feel like it's pronounced differently.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm just saying you're wrong.
The guy,
But I also could be wrong.
the guy who plays Freddy, he plays himself along with being Freddy Krueger in the movie. Like it's one of the
Yeah.
that's New Nightmare, right?
Yeah, because Heather Langenkamp plays herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Nightmare's like the weird unit inside of itself.
Yeah, it's like this whole
Where
meta
Heather
thing.
Langenkamp is. Yeah. And I didn't really. Whatever. We're not talking about that movie.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh, well, I was about to make some big statement about how I feel about it, but yeah, we're not watching that one today. On this day.
I'm ready. Hit me with that plot. We're doing like the YMCA.
Let me get a recap. We're gonna Okay. In March 1981, Tina Gray awake. Ooh, I never really realized the scene at the beginning where he's sharpening his glove and putting it on. Like, the first memory I have of this movie is when Tina is, like, comes up on screen and then starts running.
Oh, okay.
And I have probably seen this movie 40, 50 times, easily.
Wow.
So you didn't watch it this week, did you?
I watched it today.
Oh.
Today is when I remembered it. Like, today is the first time I noticed it. And I don't know if it's years and years of heavy drinking and drug abuse that just made me forget about it. But until today, I forgot. Like, I didn't remember it being there.
It's 100% possible.
I'm certain. Because I bet you when I watched it in high school, I didn't have a cell
That
phone to
too.
distract
Today
me.
he's like, what's he making?
Did you?
I
Did
may
you
have
hear?
had
Did
some
you?
sweet
Did you hear his
yabos, though.
precious? You betcha.
Yeah, I did.
So precious.
I was just going to let it go.
Never.
But I was picturing him going, what is he making?
What's he doing?
He's going to be able to cut a lot of cheese with that, you know?
Oops, sorry.
Oops, sorry. That's his glove.
Oh, sorry. In 1981, Tina Gray awakens from a nightmare where she is attacked by a disfigured man wearing a blade-fixed glove in a boiler room. Their mother points out 4 mysterious slashes on her nightgown. The following morning, Tina is consoled by her best friend Nancy Thompson and Nancy's boyfriend Glenn. The two stay at Tina's house when Tina's mother goes out of town, but their sleepover is interrupted by Tina's boyfriend Rod.
Rod's a fucking dirtbag.
Rod fucking sucks. When Tina falls asleep, she dreams of being chased by the disfigured man. Rod is awoken by Tina's thrashing and sees her dragged, fatally slashed by an unseen force, forcing him to flee as Nancy and Glenn awaken to find Tina bloodied and dead.
Why do you think he's a dirtbag? I think he's just a teen that's like, I'm going to get it in.
He is the shitbox of the group of friends.
Yeah,
Sure, clearly, but he got scared.
he's
and
the
ran
friend that
away.
nobody likes. If you can't name that friend, hate to break it to you, you're that friend.
Also, I feel like every one of us
Nice.
probably went to a sleepover at someone's house in high school where it was like two couples.
Please.
Okay, maybe not. I don't. Anyways, the point being is, like, if I was staying at someone's house, I would not have like primal screaming ball slapping sex one room away from my friend who is very clearly in need of companionship. And then Johnny
Also-
Depp just laying on the couch going, morality sucks.
I mean, I wasn't laying that much pipe in high school, but do high school kids have ball slapping, screaming sex?
I wouldn't
Probably
think so.
not. I feel like it was very fumbly and awkward.
Two pump jumps.
Yeah, exactly. 2 pump jumps.
Flashbacks of my first time.
Just teenagers don't know what they're doing.
I'm an adult and I don't know what I'm doing.
True.
So the next day, Rod is arrested by Nancy's father, Don Thompson. Real fucking classy name there.
Don Thompson.
Don Thompson, despite his pleas of innocence. At school, Nancy falls asleep in class and dreams that the man who calls himself Freddy chases her to the boiler room where she is cornered and intentionally burns her arm on a pipe to wake up. The burn startles her. Oh, the burn. What? That doesn't fucking. The burn startles her class. Startles her awaking class.
You okay there?
The burn startles her awaking class, and she notices a burn mark on her arm. Nancy goes to Rod at the police station, who tells her the details about what happened to Tina, along with her own recent nightmares. I can't read. This makes Nancy believe that Freddy is responsible for Tina's death.
Ba-da-da.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, I was just waiting to yell Don Thompson again.
Don Thompson.
Don Thompson! At home, Nancy falls asleep in the bathtub and is nearly drowned by Freddy. Nancy then depends on caffeine to stay awake and invites Glenn to watch over her as she sleeps. In her dream, Nancy sees Freddy prepare to kill Rod in his cell before he turns his attention towards her. Nancy runs away. Glenn has fallen asleep, but Nancy wakes up when her alarm clock goes off. Freddy kills Rod by wrapping bed sheets around his neck like a noose. Nancy, her father, Don Thompson, and Glenn find his body hanging in the cell, making it look like Rod committed suicide. At Rod's funeral, Nancy's parents become worried that she describes her dreams about Freddy. Her alcoholic mother, Marge, takes her sleep disorder clinic, where in a dream, Nancy grabs Freddy's fedora with his name Fred Krueger written in on it.
Who puts their name inside their hat?
Joe Exotic's boyfriend Travis did.
Did he?
Yeah, I only know that because we watched the Ghost Adventures where
Oh, yeah.
they do that, and they pull the hat out and he has his name written in it.
Did they contact Travis?
They claim that they got evidence of him.
Did they, like he put his balls on someone's shoulder like he normally did in real life?
Ghost balls.
Yeah, just this little tricycle he used to try and ride around with.
Ghost balls. You just feel like a
Oh,
a plop on your shoulder.
Like if somebody did that to me, I think I'd probably grab it and just pull.
That'll show.
you say that until there's balls on your shoulder.
Yeah, Daniel. I don't think. Okay, so
Fuck out of here.
okay. Here's a legit.
We're gonna find out someday.
Here's a legitimate question. Why are we gonna find out someday? Are you gonna put your balls on his
my
shoulder? Okay, so here's a legit question. Because you were shut
I
up.
thought you don't have balls.
He has balls.
I do have balls. They're not connected.
It's a joke.
It's like having a fuel line that was cut.
As a sports player in high school and stuff like that, and all that jazz.
Are you asking me this question?
Yeah, I'm asking you this question
All right,
because
hit me.
I don't know his high school. You know,
Have I ever seen somebody's balls?
well,
Played varsity
your
soccer
question?
when I was a sophomore.
there you go. That's question number 1. Have you seen another, like when you guys would
With all that with changing and swim and everything, I've never seen anybody's balls.
how is that even possible?
Are you serious?
How is that even
Swear.
possible? How is that even
The-
possible?
I've seen so many balls in my day.
I haven't seen anybody's balls. No.
We used to play shower bowling.
Okay, hold on.
What?
What the fuck is that?
You'd set up so they would drink grape soda, and you'd set up the cans, and then we had like a long shower in our high school,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd run and then slide on the floor and knock over the cans with your naked
Dude.
ass.
No, that sounds like you're gonna get your fucking dick cut on tile.
Oh,
I mean, I never got my dick cut.
I wouldn't want that.
I'm the reigning champ of
I mean, I don't.
shower ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not only good at good real bowling, but I was really good at ball bowling. Nude ball bowling.
No.
Nude ball bowling.
When I
With
was
Don Thompson.
our school, everybody was like, I can't expose myself, so everybody would put a towel around themselves, and then like you change and then put your bathing suit on.
Now, do you look? Do your eyes wander?
No, because that's what I'm fucking doing. I'm changing, and then I put my clothes on and I go to the pool.
Oh, so they would do that thing where they have the towel on and then pull their underwear on underneath the towel so nobody could see their bare ass.
That's what everybody did.
See, in my high school, our gym, we didn't want, number one, we didn't have showers, we didn't have lockers, and it's a Catholic school in the middle of Northeast Philadelphia. So we had really no gym, and I got out of gym because I had asthma. Sorry, Miss Scary. I lied.
She's like, I fucking knew it.
I was just an aide all 2 years.
That's what she
But
says.
but I didn't want to fucking undress in the middle of the gym with fucking giant fluorescent lights and no privacy. It was the worst thing because I would have to sit at a table and there's like 20 girls in front of me.
Titties be flying.
No, sometimes, yeah, and I was like, "What? Why are you not wearing a bra right now?" First of all. But anyway,
I mean, that's a different series of events to unpack.
true. I don't actually remember why I got onto the ball topic, so we're just gonna move on.
Because you said ghost balls. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Travis and his balls. Anyways, we don't need to digress, guys.
This is great content.
Upon barricading the house, what? Yeah, I know. Patreon, give us money. You can hear more about balls. Upon barricading the house, Marge reveals to Nancy that Krueger was a sadistic child murderer released on a technicality and then burned alive by parents living on the street seeking vigilante justice. Nancy realizes that Krueger... Is it Krieger? Krueger? Kroger? Krueger?
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 Freddy?
Freddy?
Now I feel like you with last names.
Wait, what?
Krieger?
Freddy Krueger.
Krega.
Krueger, right?
Yeah, who calls him
Krueger.
Freddy Krueger?
Kruger?
Like the store?
Fan of the grocery stores.
Or Kruger?
I hate you so much right now. Nancy realizes that Krueger, now a vengeful ghost, desires revenge to satiate his psychopathic needs.
I'm your bagger now, Nancy.
Fucking what?
Remember when he talks to her on the phone? He's like, I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. I said, now I'm your bagger now, Nancy, because if we're talking about Kroger's, if I have to explain the joke, it's not funny. My listeners get it.
It was
On a scale of 1 to 10, it was definitely a 4.
Solid 3.
Wow.
no. I think it would. So okay. Here's the thing: is when I heard you say bagger, I didn't put 2 and 2 together with the Kroger and the bagging.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was a good joke. It was witty. It's better than your normal hot dog trash. Nancy tries to call Glenn to warn him, but his father prevents her from speaking to him. Glenn falls asleep and is killed by Krueger. This is my favorite part. Hangs up the phone. You got to be stern with these kids.
And then he just like puts it up. Yeah.
Fucking... Yeah.
I think he goes to lay the pipe.
Who?
The guy who puts down the phone. He just
The
came back.
dad?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
The dad,
Probably.
yeah. Glenn's dad.
Yeah, that guy would have never produced Johnny Depp.
Oh, fuck no.
So when you were saying different names of Freddy Krueger, I thought of Cardi B trying to say Freddy Krueger. Like,
Oh, Kurt?
yeah.
That's a
thought of that.
Kardashian thing.
I thought of that.
He doesn't understand.
He doesn't get it.
For someone who watches reality TV, you don't know the Kurt.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
I'm sure I do, but I think Cardi B is super fucking annoying and obnoxious.
Well, I don't think it's. Is it Cardi B? I thought it was Kim Kardashian. Or the
No, Cardi B does that.
Oh, she makes fun of it too. Kurt.
Uh,
Are you looking up Johnny Depp's parents? Or Kurt?
no, that's now I was looking up Cardi B's Occur. I just want to hear her say it. I don't need a fucking backstory.
Don't you fucking love that? That's like when I go on like Pinterest for a recipe. It's like, listen, Karen, I don't want your fucking life story. Why you made this loaded baked potato soup? Just tell me the fucking ingredients
Yeah, they're like
and how long.
loaded baked potato soup in 5 minutes. Then
This
it's like,
changed my
this
family's
took me
life.
fucking half hour to read.
It's the worst. Gotta scroll through 85 ads and a fucking life story.
I had to watch a Pepsi ad to even hear her do it. So,
Did we win yet?
I don't know.
Moving on.
I
now alone, Nancy puts Marge to sleep and asks her father, who is across the street investigating Glenn's death, to break into the house in 20 minutes. Nancy rigs booby traps around the house and grabs Krueger out of the dream and into the real world. The booby traps affect Krueger enough that Nancy is able to light him on fire, lock him in the basement. Nancy rushes the door for help. The police arrive to find that Krueger has escaped from the basement. Nancy and Don Thompson go upstairs to find a burning Krueger smothering Marge in her bed. After Don puts out the fire, Krueger and Marge vanish into the bed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
where'd she go?
When Don leaves the room, Krueger rises from the bed behind Nancy, and Nancy realizes that Krueger is powered by his victim's fears. She calmly turns to him. Krueger evaporates when he attempts to lunge at her. Nancy steps outside into the bright and foggy morning where all of her friends and her mother are still alive. Nancy gets into Glenn's convertible to go to school, and then a Krueger-themed top suddenly comes down, locks them in as the car drives uncontrollably down the street. 3 girls in white dresses playing jump rope are heard chanting Krueger's nursery rhyme as Marge is grabbed by Krueger through the front door. Scene.
Now, I have a question for you two.
Yeah.
It's 8 inches.
Around.
Sorry, every time. Every time.
I know. I know exactly what that statement is going to get me from you at first. And then you inevitably answer my questions.
I know.
It's just a compulsion.
I know.
So I know the answer for you.
A gentleman does not talk about such things.
Not that.
It's because I ain't no gentleman. Sorry.
I'm just going to do the fucking podcast by myself. Monster Mash is going to be solo. Come season 2, part 2, or season 3, part 2. Do you guys
Do you know the
dream
Muffin Man?
vividly at all? I know you don't. Daniel.
Sometimes. It all depends on, I don't know, maybe what I ate or what's going on.
You okay, Bounty?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some really vivid dreams where I'm like, oh shit. That's cool.
Okay. I was just curious because, like, you tell me a lot of the time, like, I'm weird because I have
Oh,
vivid...
you have like vivid dreams every night.
Yeah, I do.
I have one maybe like 4 or 5 a year.
Yeah, you barely dream.
I'm
But
just-
I have dreams
Just sleeping.
constantly, like very vivid and very odd dreams that I remember, and a lot of reoccurring ones. So I was just curious.
Are they like more? Do they happen more when you're pregnant?
No,
No,
I mean
heard
I
that's the
do
thing.
have. I am
No?
having a lot of like weird dreams right now, but mainly it's just like reality. It's like, because I constantly wake up in the middle of the night now to pee, so I'm not actually having them as much. But usually they're
that makes
revolving around that, if that makes sense.
I mean, I
Like
used to have really vivid dreams when I was a kid. I used to like sleepwalk. and
like I
shit.
remember a nightmare that I had when I was a kid.
I used to sleepwalk too.
Yeah, same. My parents used to have to lock the cabinets with child safety stuff and the fridge because I woke up with a cookie in my mouth
They
one.
had to lock the windows and the front door for me.
Oh yeah, no, I never tried to escape even though I should have, but I just wanted to eat. So not much has changed for me.
Yeah, I remember one time standing at the top of the stairs in my parents' house and my dad just standing at the bottom going, "Go back to sleep."
Oh yeah, I had a bunk bed even though nobody lived below me. And
Nobody lived there.
I fell off.
My
the,
tenant.
I fell off the top, and then I fell down the steps, and then I woke up in the bottom bunk. I'm like, I didn't go to sleep down here.
That's one thing I've always tried to figure out is when I fall asleep, what position am I as opposed to which one I'm in when I wake up. And I can never remember where I was when I fell asleep. Like on my back, on my
Yeah.
side.
Well, right now I'm constantly on one side or the other, and I always know because like I'm super stiff because like all this fucking weight is just like being pushed.
Are you
To that
asking why
side.
I had a bunk bed?
Yeah, why did you have a bunk bed?
Because I
when-
thought I was fucking cool. Okay.
Yeah, but you had like
All the cool kids
you had a
had bunk beds.
toddler as a sibling at that point, if not
No,
if at
he
all.
wasn't even born then.
So
I just had a bunk bed because
Mom, can I have a bunk bed for when my friends
And they
sleep
never
over?
slept
what?
over.
What friends, sweetie?
yeah,
You ain't got no friends.
You get it.
But we'll get you a bunk bed anyway.
I think one of our family friends threw out a bunk bed, and my parents like, "Do you want a bunk bed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want a bunk bed."
Just driving down the street, there's a free sign on it.
That's
Hello,
probably the
guys.
real story.
Dan, you want that? I want it. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
No, I actually had a dream, and I'm kind of mad. I
The
didn't.
bottom bunk was
Oh
more
my
like
fucking
a
god! Nobody
futon.
cares about the fucking bottom. Nobody. I actually had a nightmare when I was a kid that I should have capitalized on because it literally was basically the Babadook. Yeah, like
Oh.
I had a nightmare. I was in my old house, like my first house where I was born. It was on Scattergood Street. And I remember walking into like our tiny little kitchen. It was a very tiny house, and there was this guy with a hat. He had fucking like a whitish face but black eyes and like long hands.
Oh.
And the way he waddled was like super weird. And he came at me, and I remembered like that night. That nightmare I had when I was probably like 5 years old, and now I'm knocking on 30, and I still vividly remember that nightmare. I never had it again, but I remember it. And then when I watched the Babadook years later, I was like, "What the fuck? That was the guy! Like that was it. That was the guy in my dream. I
That's
should have
creepy.
capitalized on that shit."
Why'd you have the dream tonight?
Goddamn
I hope
duker.
not.
But the house that we lived in until I think I was like 6, my brother and I shared a bedroom, and we had a dresser in between our beds up against the wall, and I would sit on the dresser and look out the window because the window was out into the back.
Yeah.
And I guess most mornings, I don't know if I did it a lot, but I would climb up on the dresser and open the curtain or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know if this was a dream, but no one else knew what I was talking about. So I assume it was. But I got on top of the dresser and opened up the curtains, and there's just someone standing there, and then they just turned around and ran away.
Oh shit.
And like, I don't know what the person looked like. I remember asking my brother if he saw the person too, and he was just like, "Fuck, I don't know what you're talking about."
Did
And
you?
it's like,
Would you have a first story bedroom or was it second story?
yeah, it was a ranch house.
Okay, so there could have been someone.
Yeah. Very easily. I mean, the back of that house was a field, and then on the other side of the field was like a different street.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
So
It
it's
wasn't
not like,
like-
yeah. It's,
It wasn't like basically where you live now, where your neighbor is like you have to scream.
oh God, no.
Something
Even my parents' house that they're in now, that they moved into after that one, their backyard is like a hill and then another short hill, and then it's just like a fucking wild grown field for like a half mile, and then you have to go up a giant hill after you get over a river. And that my bedroom there was on the second story.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that would always terrify me, if strangers being outside your windows.
Well, yeah, that's
the thing. Like, I remember it like it just happened, but I can't prove that it was real or a dream. Like, I just don't remember it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of hard to. I remember I woke him up once, and it was probably one of the scariest nightmares I ever had. That I had, like, where there was like someone sleeping next to me. We were still living with his parents. It was before we moved out, and we were downstairs in the family room. So like the dream felt like it was reality. But I went to go in the coat closet that was like behind their couch, and for whatever reason, Hannibal Lecter was in there. Now, Hannibal Lecter does not scare me normally, but in this dream, he literally like jumped on top of me and just he like bit me on the neck, and I just forced myself to wake up. It is the only dream that I've ever woken myself up where I was actually like physically sweating and freaking out, and I like woke him up. I was like, you gotta be awake with me right now. I'm like freaking out. Hannibal Lecter's just trying to fucking eat my face.
I have a lot of dreams where I break the law in a serious fashion.
Like murder? Muck duck?
I don't know if I've ever performed muck duck. It's usually like robbery or like some sort of, it's like weird shit, and then I get caught, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna go to prison. We're good.
Yeah. This time.
Yeah, it's fucking.
I have a lot of dreams where my old house in Northeast Philly, my mom's house, we had like this these slanted driveways, and then there was like a black top that everybody could pull out because I lived in a row home, so it was very congested. But like every winter it would freeze, and when we were kids, we would slide all across it, kind of like an ice skating rink. I always have dreams still to this day where I wind up on that black top and someone's chasing me and I cannot run. But they're walking totally fine on the ice and whatever, but I cannot. I'm like slipping and I'm falling. A lot of the times it's Mike Myers. I don't know why. Not the comedian, the serial killer, but
I assumed the serial killer, not the comedian.
Well, to some he could be horrifying. You don't know. He could be my secret like fear. All right, I was just curious because like obviously Wes Craven based this film off of stories he heard about this Asian community where these handful of men were dying in their sleeps, but for no reason. Like there wasn't heart failure, there wasn't, stroke, there wasn't aneurysm, there wasn't like a slew of lists. They literally just died in their sleep, and they called it like a sudden something death syndrome. It's like it's sort of this really weird phenomena, and that's what he kind of slowly based this movie off of like this silent-ish figure, because like if you notice, Freddy's he doesn't have as many zingers as he does in like later movies.
Right.
He's he wanted to create kind of like a Jason-ish Michael Myers type figure that attacked you at your most vulnerable, because it's really like if you think of the concept of like going to sleep, it's quite strange. Like we literally shut our eyes and our body shuts down for hours, typically if we allow it, and anything can happen in that time because we are unconscious. We are like what?
Fuck, I wish I could remember what it was. Anyways, the point was like you go to sleep every night assuming you're going to wake up. So you willingly kill yourself every night assuming that you're going to wake up the next day.
Oh, that's deep.
But I wish I could remember what it was. But yeah, but that's essentially what you're doing is you're laying down and you're stopping your body from functioning properly, I guess. I mean, obviously your heart and everything, but you're just like, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to go to sleep now because I'm going to wake up tomorrow. But what if you knew you weren't going to wake up tomorrow? Would you still be as willing to go to bed?
Exactly. Deep questions. And the last point I want to make before we go into questions of the damned is to both of you. These parents got together and they killed this child killer. Now, Freddy Krueger was supposed to be a child molester and, killer, but they cut out the molester part until like later movies, but it reminded me of this true crime story that I can't remember the name of, and I should have looked it up. But there was this guy, I don't remember what crimes he committed. I don't even know if he even did anything except just be a nuisance, but he was murdered in the middle of this town and nobody came forward and like pointed the finger at anybody. Like basically this whole town got together and killed this dude, and it reminded me of this. And I wonder if, and I didn't read it anywhere that like Wes Craven had read this story or heard of this story, but it kind of seemed very similar, like that all these people would agree, like, yeah, this person is a problem for X, Y, and Z reason. We're going to take care of them, and we're all going to plead the fifth, and then they can't do anything to us. I mean, it helps that Nancy's, dad was a cop, so he was like very instrumental, and I'm assuming that there were police in this tiny town that kind of like partook in this murder. But it's just kind of one of those things that it's really not that stretch of an imagination for people to do if they have an extreme issue. So there's a lot of reality in this film, whether it was intended or not. But I digress. Now that we are done rambling on about many of things, some relevant, some not, as per usual, we're going to go to questions of the damned. All right, Daniel.
Yep.
Who came up with the infamous Freddy rhyme, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, etc.? Wes Craven, Johnny Depp, or Nancy's real-life boyfriend, the actor's real-life boyfriend?
Nancy's real-life boyfriend.
Very good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Look at you. Coming out swinging.
Fucking great start.
All right, Matt. How long did it take to shoot this film? 16 days, 24 days, or 32 days?
32?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right. Daniel.
Yeah.
That was my dance.
Hit me.
What other actor from this list was considered for the role of Rod Lane? This was the boyfriend with Tina.
All right.
Brad Pitt, Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid, or Charlie Sheen, Tiger Blood. It's on 2.5 Men. Brad Pitt, you should know.
I know who Brad Pitt
Yeah.
is, but I don't think it was him. I'm gonna go with Karate Kid.
I thought that was it.
Brad Pitt and Charlie Sheen were actually contenders for Johnny Depp's role. But Charlie Sheen
I knew Brad Pitt
actually,
was. I didn't know Charlie Sheen was.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen was almost cast, but he was like, I want more fucking money. And they're like, ha, no.
The reason I went with Karate Kid because he kind of already looked like him.
Good call. Good call. All right, Matthew. Amanda Weiss, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, who played Tina, was 23 years old at the time that she took this role. How old is the character of Tina? 15, 17, or 18?
I'm going to go with 15.
Oh, this shit is neck and neck. I was shocked. I actually rewound the movie when they did the news report. They're like, 15-year-old Tina, what's her what's? And I was like, 15? I was like, she's getting slammed that hard at 15? Fucking calm down.
Hey.
Calm it down. Daniel, how much screen time does Freddy Krueger actually have in this entire film?
Oof.
7 minutes, 13 minutes, or 20 minutes?
Does it count the intro?
It counts the entire film.
20 minutes.
So, dude, Dan's question is when he's talking, does that count as screen time? Or is it like physically you see him on screen?
I think they're counting like even when he's talking because I think that would be considered screen time. It's like
I thought it would
it's
be
voiceover, so it would be considered, I would assume. I just went by
Okay.
the words screen time.
Fair enough. It wasn't going to change my answer. I was going to go with 7 either way because I have no fucking clue. But
Oh boy.
Valiant effort, though.
Oh boy.
is that the last
I do-
question?
It was the last question. You guys banged those out so quickly because you were getting them right, ping-ponging them back and forth.
Next time.
One time. One of these times.
One time.
It's okay. It's
I
okay.
knew I was going to lose from the beginning.
But here's the thing. You did really well. Like,
Yeah.
you did super well.
Somehow. I didn't even study.
You just go with your gut. Well, good job, Matt. You
Kept up your...
wear the
winning
victor's cap yet again. He's okay. Trust me. He's okay. He'll live.
streak.
I'm
Me?
getting used to it.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm getting used
What,
to
being a
losing.
winner?
Tied out there for a pimp.
I think every time you win now, I'm just going to put like a Creed song.
As I get it right, just
No, but like when you claim victory, I just like, can you take me higher?
Please do it. Please do it.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
At least for one episode.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna cut my bullshit out and just put that in. But now we're gonna go to the next segment where there's always winners. Actually, there's no winners or losers. It's just opinions.
It just
Jay.
exists.
Slay. Yes. So if you slay this movie, I'm gonna smack you. So for me,
Yeah, me
'cause
too.
I go first. It's a yay. I think it's one of those quintessential slasher films that you have to see. It's definitely different. I can see why Freddy Krueger reigns supreme amongst, the Jasons, the Michael Myers, and all that jazz. He sticks out because he's super fucking unique. Just like the ones that you pop into your brain, whether it's like Puppet Master or, the Tall Man, Candyman. I digress. Ghostface. It's just like there's all have some unique quality about them that sticks out. And even though this was his first appearance on film, and he wasn't the Freddy Krueger that we know today as this wisecracking little asshole, he still was really unique and awesome. So it's a big old yay for me. What about you, Matt?
Yay.
Yay.
It's a fucking good movie. Not my favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but I still think it's a really, really solid, good movie. And if you're into horror, if you haven't watched it, maybe you do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan?
I'll give this one a hat trick and give it a yay.
Oh, schnapps. I don't know what that hat trick comment means, but I go with it.
A hat trick is if you
'Cause all
score
three of
3
us said-
goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, You learn something new every day.
Yep.
Sports asshole over here.
But yes, this is a very key movie. So I would say you should go out and watch it.
boom. Wait, so hat trick. Isn't that a hockey thing?
That is a hockey thing.
You don't even fucking watch hockey.
It's not. It's
used to-
all sports where you
Is it?
soccer. You can get a hat trick in soccer too.
Yep.
Oh. He doesn't even watch soccer. God.
I like how just
I've seen
upset
it
you are
before.
with this.
What?
I
Not
saw
my
it on
fault.
TV once.
They
Not
said
not my
hat
fault.
trick. I know what it means now.
I mean, I used to play roller hockey
Oh God,
back
here
in
we
the day.
Anyway,
Triple deke.
Oh boy.
ducks fly together. So thanks so much for listening.
Quack.
Quack. I'll talk about that later. But thank you so much for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoy it. Read our show notes for all the links to all of our shit. And we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Hey.